I'm not famous, but I know someone who is, and he changed my life. I grew up in a Christian home, but we weren't exactly Jesus lovers. We were a family who prayed before meals, went to church, and asked God for help when we needed it. I believed in evolution. I didn't like going to church, and my life was all about me. I became obsessed with how I look and my weight and my popularity and my friends and my attempt to get a boyfriend. My sense of security came from money and having a family that I knew could support me, and I just had my life in my own hands. I started to realize that that wasn't good enough when I started going to Cru in 6th grade, and I met a bunch of people who just had a desire to get to know Christ and build on their relationship with Him, and that was when I first saw that there's something more to this Jesus thing. Because all these people were just doing whatever God called them to do, and they were just letting their life go completely to Jesus. So I seriously considered placing my sole trust in God when I saw that all those friends accepting Jesus formally at retreats. And as I started going to the same retreats as them, I started developing my relationship with God. And then in 7th grade at a Spring Hill retreat with Cru, I was able to accept Jesus because he asked us if we want to follow Jesus or if we want to follow the ways of the world. And I had just for the past couple years been experiencing what it was like to be with Jesus, and that was the life that I wanted to live. Obviously, my life now isn't perfect, but I'm at least able to not rely so much on my friends' approval of me, on the way that I look and dress and think, and I rely more on seeking God's approval. And now the story has changed from being a story about me to a story about God and how He's using me. And before, I used to spend hours concerned about how I look and acted, and then now I'm changing that into how I can be better to make God happy. And so a verse that I think really applies to my story is Galatians 1:10, and it says, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ."